Shri Sai Ram.
See, we always say Om Sri Sai Ram before we speak. What is the significance of this Om Sri Sai Ram? We blindly we're saying Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Ram. We are once I asked Swami, Swami, why should we? You are accepting our Om Sri Sai Ram, but we don't know why we are talking. Then Swami says, everything comes under Om. Everything, the entire creation comes from Om, from that sound. First is called vibration. Vibration leads to sound. That sound is known as Om. From there it comes to matter. So when you chant that Om, means your body conscious, you left the body conscious, you come out. Without body conscious, you are coming out without the body conscious. Next word is Sri. Sri means Lakshmi. Lakshmi means Vibhuti. Vibhuti means opulences. Spiritual opulences are because you have no body conscious because of the Om. Then Sri Lakshmi gives you the spiritual opulences. Spiritual opulences mean you are become mindlessness, and you get all the good qualities, divine qualities. With the divine qualities, only next word is Sai. Sai means transcendental Lord. Transcendental Lord means if you want to accept the Lord, you must also be transcendental. You must be remove away from the three gunas. So that's why Sri is given. Sri gives you all the power for you to remove all your mind, everything. Then with the mindlessness, you go to Sai, transcendental Lord. When you go to transcendental Lord, next word is Ram. Rama is noun. Ram is verb. Rama means one who delights. Ram, delightfulness. So when you go to the stage of accepting Lord in transcendentalness, then you get delightfulness. Then you talk about spirituality. You don't talk about mind. That is Om Sri Sai Ram. We have to say. Now we have been here for the past almost a year. We are talking about Bhagavatam. Generally, people talk about in the beginning. They talk about the author, then go to the subject. We directly went to the subject without knowing the author. Now, author we call it. Everybody knows Vyasa. What is Vyasa? Why? Why did he write? There are so many sages in this country, and most of the sages they're only talking about Brahman, Parabrahman, something like that. And only in the 7th century, even this our Shankaracharya came. He said, "Traime vaitat durlabham traime vaitat daivanugraha hetukam manushatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samsrayacha." He says three things too difficult to get. Durlabham, difficult to get. Daivanugraha, in order to get the God's grace, you have to get the following three. Manushatvam, Mumukshvatvam, Mahapurusha, Samsayecha. Manushatvam means you live your humanity, you are divine. Go to the level of the divinity, then Mukshatvam, then you get the urge to get liberation, that is the Mukshatvam. Mahapurusha, Samsayecha, meet spiritual leaders. He only said so. He did not talk about what is this Brahman. He did not say that. He did not say. Daivanugraha hetukam. What is Daiva? Brahman. You get the Brahman from what is the Brahman? So this kind of Brahman, you see, for example, now you talk about Ramanujacharya. He talked about Vishishtadvaita. The Lord is a form, name is there, form is there. You have to contemplate. So you have to praise, keep on praising him, glorify him, talk to him, thinking about him. This is treating that Brahman in the form, in the name and the form. That's what Vishishtadvaitam. Dvaitam also says, Lord is the only creator, he is the only master, you are all in servant. Ekaleshwara Krishna, Arasva Buddha. Lord Krishna is the only controller, rest all is servant. That is his philosophy. This philosophy of Shankaracharya is Brahman. Now, what is this Brahman? Vyasa clearly explains in his places. Once, Varunadeva was the guru of Bhrigu Maharshi. Bhrigu Maharshi asked his guru, Varunadeva, Swami, what is Brahman? He said, Well, you got a lot of knowledge. You analyze and let me know, he says. Then he thought for a while, he sat for a while, 1 or 2 days. Then he says, without life, where the question of living, where the question of understanding Brahman? Life itself is Brahman. So he said, Pranam Brahma, Swami. So Varundeva said, no, no, not correct. So next time again he went there and sat, and all that. Then he says, Annam, food. Without food, how can you live? Without live, how can you understand Brahman? So therefore, food is important. He says, Swami, Annam Brahma. No, wrong. Okay. Next time, what to do? He is again for sat for a while and says, Manam Brahma, Swami. Mind must be there to control. No, the answer is no. Then he asks, Swami, you please tell us. Then he says, he says, if you read,
Vijnanam Brahma.
what?
Vijnanam, uncle. Vijnanam
No,
Brahma.
no, 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 no. In Taittiriya, Yatova imani bhutani jayante ena jatani jivanti emprayatnabi tad jignasasva tad brahmeti. This is Varundeva talks about Brahman. So that means the one which is the root cause for the power of creation, root cause for the power of maintenance, root cause for the power of destruction is known as Brahman. So this Bhrigu Maharshi listened. All right, these three powers, where does it get from? Then he says, it comes from Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? Hiranya means gold. It means eternal. It is no reaction on sun, rain, water, nothing. So Garbha means you can feel it, but you cannot see it. That is Garbha. So it is Hiranyagarbha, this power. Oh my God. Okay, okay. Then who created this? The Hiranyagarbha, he says. Namaste Hiranyagarbhaya Pranaya Jagadatmane Sakalaishvara Sariraya Namaste Yoga Hetave. That's what Vyasa writes this. Means what does it mean? Namaste this Brahma, what do you call that? Namaste Hiranyagarbhaya. So the one who created the Hiranyagarbha, the master of Hiranyagarbha, I offer my respected obeisances. Then Pranaya Jagadatmane, the Hiranyagarbha is the root cause for all the living creatures to live in the entire universe. Pranaya Jagadatmane. Then Sakalaishvara Sarira, whenever he appears for the sake of people to prove, he comes with full of opulences, full of youthfulness, full of opulences. Opulences mean divine qualities. Namaste Yoga Yatve. So to such the Lord, Namaste. Nama plus Astu, Namaste. Nama means opposite of Nama is mind. So Nama means mindless. With mindless, completing the control over the mind, Astu go nearer to him. Then only can go nearer to him. Namaste Astu. Then Yoga Namaste Yoga Hetave. That is union. He comes to join with you in form of a human form. He comes to join with you to create good things, divinity, purity in every world, in every sphere of life. That is Parabrahman. That is Brahman. This is what Vyasa says to the Vyasa gives, but Varunadeva explains to the Bhrigu Maharshi. This is what it is, Parabrahman. So this is Om Sai Ram. Now we know, and we know what is Parabrahman. And this Parabrahman and Vyasa. See, Ramanujacharya wrote about only Advaita. Vishishtadvaita was written by Ramanujacharya. Dvaita is by Madhvacharya. Whereas this man, Shakaracharya, is only Advaita. Whereas in the case of Vyasa, all the things were wrote. The entire Puranas, 18 Puranas are there. 18 Puranas talk only about Vishishtadvaita. Lord is like this, Lord is like that, Shankar, Jaradhar. Describe too much of description. 18 Puranas. Then next comes, he talks about Brahma Sutras. 555 Brahma Sutras he wrote. What is Brahma Sutra is opposite to Vishishtadvaita. It's all completely Advaita, only Brahman. There is no Vishnu, there is no name in Brahma Sutras. So for this Brahma Sutra, in order to make the Brahma Sutra understand, he wrote Upanishad, 108 Upanishads. They are known as riders for Brahma Sutra. Riders mean in the geometry class, if you know theorem, There is a theory. Theorem is there. For theorem, there is a rider. That is, the rider helps you to understand the theorem. So Upanishads is only to help to understand what is Brahman. Upanishad also does not talk about Rama, Govinda, Krishna, Nama, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Then he wrote Mahabharata. That's about 3 to 4 lakhs of species, stanzas. And the Mahabharata, Veda, all put together, he almost wrote about 1,000,000 stanzas. Nobody can write that way. That's why all sages address, including Vasishtha. Vasishtha is the great grandfather of Vyasa. That Vasishtha's son is Shakti, Shakti's son is Parasara, Parasara's son is Vyasa, great grandson. He himself says, he himself accepts this Vyasa as literary incarnation of God. Literary incarnation is another avatar, another descendants of God in form of Vyasa to tell about everything about spirituality. So that is Vyasa's greatness. So that Vyasa, you should always keep it in mind that Vyasa is not an ordinary personality, it's almost God. That's why whatever he writes in his book, it is completely truth, nothing else but truth, no question of imagination. That is Vyasa. Now let us come to the subject. Now next, the Vyasa, and here what happened, Parikshit Maharaj, when he came to know that he can only live for 7 days, so he wanted to know more about God and all those things. Vyasa sent Sukamuni to talk to him about 7 days about the Lord and all those things. So that means all along he did not listen about God. Only for the last 7 days when he was about to die, he is prepared to listen. That means, what does it indicate to us? Don't wait till the death comes. Practice from the beginning about godliness, practice everything. You know, in Ramayana, in Ramayana, there is a king called Katwanga. So according to the story, according to the Katwanga, there is a lot of fight between the Devas and the demons. And Devas, he helped Devas to come out to kill all the demons. Then Devas asked him, "Oh, come on, I'll give you a boon, take whatever you want," he says. Then he says, "How long do I live?" Yes. And that man, then Deva says, "You are going to live for only 1 hour." "Ah, thank you very much," he said. Immediately called his son, made him his crown, made him the king. He just sat and closed his eyes. He sat there contemplating on God. See, that is the beauty of Katwanga. Whereas here, Parikshit, little scared, but he wanted to listen something good. He did not know how to contemplate. Therefore, Vyasa comes to him to tell about these stories. So that people generally must also see in our houses also, when when an old man is about to die, God says only about the doctor says only 2 or 3 days. Then what happened? Listen to bhajans, see Swami's photo, or talk about Kalakshepam, something like that, to make him mind divine. So similarly here, Sukamarshi came to make him divine by telling stories. Now we are talking about the Milky Ocean, churning of the Milky Ocean. Where is the Milky Ocean? All oceans are here salt. Where is the Milky Ocean? Then the Milky Ocean, first of all, let us give the background. Milky Ocean is nothing else but your heart. Devas and Devas, your good thoughts and bad thoughts. And you have to churn it, means use the power of discrimination to do or not to do, which is good, which is bad. Use the power of intellect. Intellect will tell you what is Vairagyam and Vivekam. This is then, because then I come to the Atma soul. So this is what it is in simple sentence. But here, and while you are contemplating in God, so many thoughts will come to you. Material pleasures, worldly pleasures will come to you. You must avoid all those things and get into the subject. So similarly here, now let us talk about the story, what is mentioned in this. So here, in our Samiti, suppose all the members of the organization belong to one particular center, called Samiti, or in foreign countries known as center. He is the leader, and about 10 or 20, 30, 40 members are there. But that leader, he does some illegal things, immoral things, and against spirituality, he was thrown out. So that particular center had no convener or no president. So the members joined together. They went to the higher authority. They went to the district president. Sir, please appoint somebody. We want leader. We don't know what to conquer. See, leader means you use the regulations, timing, and all those things. Now we require a leader. Yes, I agree with you. Oh, let us also go to state president. So they go to state president. State president discuss everything. Let us go and ask God. Similarly, here what happened? So Indra was the leader of the Devas. One day he was traveling in an elephant and he saw Agastya Mahamuni. Agastya Mahamuni blessed him. That man, instead of getting down from the elephant and touching the feet of Agastya, from there itself is Namaste. But Agastya did not take care of it, did not much about it. He gave a garland. You have this garland, that will be good for you. How come he is sitting on the elephant? What he did, he asked the elephant to take the garland. The elephant took the garland and smashed it on the floor. So this man got upset. I am giving you for your good thing. You are treating me like this. You better get away from the throne. So Indra was thrown out. So there was, then with the result, what happened? The demons took advantage of the weakness of the devas, started killing devas. So these devas were afraid. They went to Brahma. Swami, what is this? There is no leader. This is what happened. What to do? Then he says, let us go to Ishvara. We will also go to Ashvara. So they went to Ishvara. Ishvara says, I am only power of destruction. And the Brahma was only power of creation. The maintenance, everything is done by Lord Vishnu. Let us go to him. So Vishnu says, why did he brought that the Indra reprimanded him, punished him. Then afterwards, all they do became a trust, became a member, become a leader again. Then he said, you are in a weak. Then Vishnu advises these people. You are in a weak position because you spent a lot of time without the leader. With the result, most of them are defeated by devas. Therefore, you better to have a truce. TRUCE. Arrangements, make arrangements. Go with the white flag. So when devas ask for a truce, devans are very happy. Oh, we are the superior high. That's why these people are afraid. They're coming for a compromise. Okay, but both wanted Amritam, divine nectar, but no single troop can get it. Devas cannot get it. Rakshas also cannot get it. So therefore, Rakshas also wanted some compromise. But before that, this will came for a compromise. Okay, we will do. What is it you want? Sir, both discuss. We both want an nectar. Nectar means Amritam. Both will share it. So we have to work hard for it. Devas gave a lot of brains. And then what happened? After Vishnu gave advice, he also became one of the devas and sat with them. As if he is also like any other celestial god, not as Vishnu. So these people, okay, what to do? Then in that case, you see, we have to churning. We require a rod, we require a rope, and we require a base to keep it the rod. Otherwise, it will fall down. You must have seen in our hotel, in the villages, when they are churning the milk. This wood, the churning rod will be on the surface of the milk only. It does not go to the bottom level. You must have seen that. And those who are in the villages, they know about it. So similarly here, the churning rod should not go to the bottom. It should be surface level. So there somebody has to keep it. That's why we call it Kurma Avatar. This is story. That means God comes to help to be the base. Then churning rod, what to do? We must have a big rod. So they were suggested. The Vishnu was seated there, gives advice to take Meru Parvatam. So Meru Parvatam, how to believe it's a huge one. So again Vishnu, these guys went, asked Garda to bring it. They bring it, they made it a rod. Rod is ready. Now we require a rope. What to do? Then Vyasa, these demons, they say, hey, we have a rope. What is that? We have a python, Vasuki. That is a big one, more than 30, 40, 50 height, length. Okay. Then you see, we catch hold of the head, you catch hold of the tail, thinking that the tail, catching of the tail is inferior. So, okay, shall we start? So the moment you put there the rod and start turning, poison came out of the. What does it indicate? The moment you prepare to do certain good acts, obstructions come into you. Temptations come to you from the worldly pleasures. Whether you go towards that or you go towards the reality. That is known as Kalakuta poison, Kalakuta Visham. Now what to do? So this Brahma and Ishvara, they are only observers. They are not members of the Devas. Whereas Vishnu became a guy, disguised as a Deva and sat there as a member of this thing. So now these two, the Ishvara comes, no, I will stop it so that you can proceed, and he drinks that poison. That's why Shweta Kanta becomes Neela Kanta. Because what does it indicate? When the bad things come out of you, don't give it to the world. Don't take it yourself. Keep it somewhere in the middle. That's what it means. So you don't go and tell people this is a bad thing and bad thing. Then society gets spoiled. Don't take it in yours. You also get spoiled. Take it, put it in the mind and just forget it afterwards. That is the meaning of Kalakuta Visham. Then after Kalakuta Visham, again they started churning. First thing that come out is Surabhi. Surabhi means cow. So they was say we are the there was we are the first one to choose. You cannot choose. Then he thought only one cow. We can't eat it because we have got hundreds of demons are there. This food is not good. At least there are about 10 or 20 cows we can eat. One cow is not enough. You take it and gave it to the Devas. Devas accepted it because it gives milk and butter for yaga, for yajna. So for yaga and yajna, butter and milk is required. Now where is butter? Butter is in the milk. You can't see, but you can realize. Now with that milk, you make it buttermilk. That buttermilk, if you started churning, then slowly butter comes out. It becomes a big mass. So this much of mass, like a size of an orange fruit, something like that. Then you take that orange fruit, take that butter, again put it in the milk. It does not dissolve. It separates. So this milk is our body. In that body, there is divinity. The divinity, you brought it by churning, by using power of discrimination. When divinity comes out, the divinity does not get into the body again. It separates. See, this is what it is for the churning of the ocean. This is Surabhi, so Milky Ocean. Next comes Vichaisrava, horse. The women demonstrate, we want it, we want this horse, we want it. Take it, sir. Say, what else? You are the choice, you are the. Yes, we give it to Bali Chakravarti. Bali Chakravarti used this horse. Bali Chakravarti is the leader of the demons. Leader of the Devas are Indra. Okay, the third comes Airavatam, white elephant. And these people, these demons thought this white elephant is a disease in the elephant because the demon is the elephant is supposed to be have a dark grey or dark black or something. This is white. This must be a diseased one. No, we don't want take it. See how the demons decide for selfishness. So Airavati came to this one, our Indra. Then after this, again another item came one by one came. See, other is Kalakota. Then next comes Kaustuba diamonds, Kaustuba Hara. These diamonds, these are stones. They say we don't want the diamond. You take it. That Kaustuba Hara becomes a garland for Vishnu. So after these diamonds, then came 9 Apsaras, celestial goddess. Oh, these demons are very, very happy. Hey, we take all the 9 for ours because we wanted to enjoy sensual pleasure. We take it. I said, okay, up to you. Next, one teenage girl came with a garland. When teenagers come with a garland, what does it mean? She wants to marry somebody. She wants to select the bridegroom. So Sukracharya says, hey, Sukracharya is the guru for these devas, the demons. Hey, you get married to her. No, everything will be yours. What is her name? See how beautiful she is. So her name, because of the delightfulness, she gives so much of delightfulness to us. Rama. Rama is feminine gender. Rama is masculine gender. Rama means one who gives delights to others. That's the meaning. So this Rama came. You must have seen most of in our house also people, a woman is called as Rama. Ramaa, Rama. When the garland came with the garland, and here there was no, she's our mother. Mother Lakshmi came. So mother. Now everybody wanted to marry. These people says there was Namaste. Your choice. We don't say no. We don't say yes. It's for you to choose. We are ready for if you choose. That means they are also willing to marry her. Similarly, they was willing to marry her. So this woman thought, this girl thought, everybody is liking. Then how to select? All right, out of the group, both they do groups. One who does not like me, I'll put this garland. At that time, one of the devas got up and started going out. They asked, why are you going? No, I don't like it. What do you mean? So she is not at all good looking. What? She is not good looking. You don't like. So she garlanded him. That's why in Tamil, we call it Thirudan. Thiruvai Tannadaki Kondavan. One who make Hari. Hari means again stealing. The one who makes Lakshmi as his own. That is called Thirudan. Then what happened after the marriage, when Vishnu was lying down and Lakshmi was taking his father Seva, Swami, during when I came out with the garland, those people, garland, all devas liked me. All demons liked me. My beauty. You are the only one who would say, I have no beauty. What is this? How can that Swami? Then Lord says, my dear Lakshmi, after you came, I had to come as Mohini. When I see the beauty of the Mohini, your beauty is nothing. Therefore, I laughed at you. Therefore, I rejected. He says. So, what does it mean? Man's beauty is limited. Celestial God's beauty is limited, but the super personality of God is Parabrahman. That is eternal. That is the beauty of this garland. So now, what happened? Is garland. Next comes Varuni. Varuni is another goddess. She's the goddess of wine, alcoholic drinks. There was this demons. No, we want it. You take it. They started drinking. See, the purpose of drinking, how nature comes. Because drinking, you lose your power of discrimination by too much of drinking. And after that, there is one strong built Dhanvantara. Dhanvantara means he is in charge of, he is the inventor of all medicines for all diseases. When he came with the body with nectar, bottle of nectar, they was immediately thought we wanted to have it, but the demons, hey, shut up, it is our. They pulled him out and they took away that pot, nectar pot, and they wanted to drink. Meanwhile, among themselves, now who has to drink first? So, I will drink first. There are fight among themselves. So at that time, Lord Vishnu appeared as Mohini and stand before them. So when they were fighting, they saw going, why are you fighting? You wanted to share this nectar. I will give you share. I will put I will share for everybody. Everybody can have, both you and them. The demons, the moment you see a beautiful girl, they lost all their senses. Okay, whatever you say. Okay, give it to me. So she took the nectar. So what does it indicate to you? In the mind, you should have that power of discrimination. See, so much of luxury points are there in every story of Vyasa. Then what happened? Then she started let everybody seated. Then who has to give first devas or first Rakshasas? Rakshasas said, oh, we are the first people. Okay, in that case, I will coin. Whichever you ask for something, whatever head or tail, whatever you may say, you saw. They ask whatever you say, when you get it, I'll give it drink. I'll give the nectar to you. Rakshasa said, okay. They put it. It came opposite. Oh, that means I have to give it devas. Don't worry, I'll give the little quantity to them. I'll come back to you, she says. Okay, agreed. Because truce, arrangements. So she started giving nectar to devas. At that time, one demon disguised as a celestial god gave a chat along the queue. And the moment they come to know, and his head was removed, beheaded, that is known as Rahu. Must have seen in our planet, Rahu without head, Ketu, Rahu without head, Ketu without tail. How Ketu is that Rahu. So it came, then she started distributing these people also. Demons quarreled, then afterwards when it came there, they ate. Then what happened? When this is given to them, then by the time the entire thing was open, nectar is open, gone, everything is empty. Then these Rakshasas, don't worry, we'll have one more churning. One more churning, we'll get one more churning. And they went away. Then Deva said, we are not interested, you go churn yourself. How can we churn? They want both, the two people are there at both sides. They said, then they lost their nectar forever. See, this is because of your selfishness. That's why whenever somebody tells you, you must listen to first. Don't immediately say yes. Don't immediately say no. Listen carefully, analyze the thing, and then only you do it. So this about the milk. So these devas, come on, you started doing rituals, praise. They wanted to praise the Lord. Praise the Lord means you go to the rituals. Again, Mohini tells them rituals are necessary once you experience me. Once you experience me, your results are rituals are not necessary. For example, rice is there, raw rice is there, water is there, and fire is there. Without fire, you can't make it food. The rice has to be boiled. Then only it becomes a food. So fire is necessary. Once it is boiled to a particular level, then afterwards fire is not necessary. Similarly, the rituals, the singing of bhajans, seva, all these things are necessary to understand, to go to the level of experiencing him. Then afterwards necessary. But if you keep on doing it again, these things, then when are you going to experience him? So therefore, you must experience means that the food that is which has been cooked with the help of butter, with the help of seva, with the help of bhajan, with the help of rituals, you get food. That food you must experience, eat it. Then afterwards, fire is not necessary. Similarly, here these people talk about the rituals are only for the sake of going to higher level. Experience me, Swami, experience me, he says. Next comes, and these people again. Vyasa talks about kalpa. Kalpa means yuga. Yuga means there are 4 yugas is known as one kalpa. Today is the 28th kalpa. For every kalpa, there is an administrator. That administrator is called Manu. Manu means he is created by God himself. So he has no mother, his father only. So for this particular yuga now, it is known as Vaivasvata Manu. Among the avatars, Manu, Dhanvantara avatars is there. Mana avatara is there. Manu avatara. So this Manu avatara is one of the. If you want to go to description about avataram, then we can discuss later. So many 6 qualifications avataras are there. One is Dhanvantara, other is this Manu avatara. So this Vaivasvata Manu. Vaivasvata Manu was created by sun god. So sun is Surya. So this Vaivasvata Manu, he has to create progeny. They become Surya Vamsa. The Vaivasvata Manu created this Ikshwaku and Nimi. Ikshwaku became Surya Vamsa and Nimi went to the other side. He also Surya Vamsa, but Mithila is the king of Mithila. Both are Surya Vamsas. In this Surya Vamsa of Ikshwaku, 70th king is known as Lord Rama. Now both, and here on the Mithili, when Rama came there, here this Lakshmana, the Urmila is his wife, Sutakirti is his daughter, Janaka's daughter, Sita was an adopted daughter. Now, how can you say both are brothers? But how can the brothers' children can be married according to Vedas? He says 7 janmas. After 8th janma, the brothers' children are no more connected to you. That's why 7 births. After the 7th birth, 8th birth, both the brothers' descendants, this brother descendants can get married. according to Vedic culture. So this is what happened in the case of Ikshwaku. Now, who is this Ikshwaku? In Madhura Desha, Madhura Desha means Tamil Nadu. There was a king called Satyavrata. This Satyavrata was a king of divine nature, divine nature. But all these people there eating non-vegetarian, killing animals, bali for everything. There's a bali. Go cut the goat, cut a cow, everything, including Arabali. So what to do? What to do? Then he was always praying for Lord. Swami, please give them good idea, good mind, and all those. One day when you were doing puja, put a little water on the hand. It was supposed to drop out. Then he saw a small fish in his hand, live fish. Arey, here is a live fish. Then he puts it in a glass, in a tumbler. It becomes bigger. Oh, it becomes in a vessel, becomes bigger. Then he took it to a big well, it becomes a bigger. It took it to a lake, becomes bigger. He puts it in the sea, it becomes bigger. Oh, there's something wrong or something. Maybe he offer his obeisance to you. He says, I am the Lord. I just wanted to show you to how strong I am. And you are praying. What is your prayer? Sir, my prayer is I want all our people to be your devotees, to your devotees. I don't want all these people to do this. Yes, I will come. I will do it. Well, I will. So one day, what happened? I was with Swami. One day, I asked Swami, I have a doubt. What is it? Swami, Bharata, he came to you to come ask in case you to come back to Ayodhya. You did not go. Instead, he gave me something remembrance. You gave your sandals. Why did you give your sandals, coming? You wanted to walk barefoot in all these 14 years of in this 1 hour in the forest, Dandakaranya forest, full of thorns, needed stones. No, I only gave it. I only wanted him to ask for that. What is this, Swami? You could ask for something else, grace, something like that, blessing. Instead of that, you are giving. Yes, I say. Because I gave my word to that Madhya Desa king Satyavrata that I will come to I'll come to your place. So I have to walk in the entire South India without slippers, without sandals. So I started walking. When I started walking, I ended up to Cape Comorin. I went by walk, and when I returned back, I flew back to Ayodhya. So after I came back, people started talking about Ramayana. All wars came into existence. All were brought Ramayana. This is because I put my barefoot, I touched the soul, touched the soil. See, this is what it is. So Madhya Desa means, so it will become Rama's place. That's why Srirangam is very, very famous because Srirangam where Vibhishana Saranagati took place. That's why Srirangam started in the origin for Vishishtadvaitam. Ramanujacharya started Vishishtadvaitam there. Now let us come to what happened when these people, these rituals after the rituals were started by again Ramanujacharya only. So this Ramanujacharya slowly coming and coming. You must go to higher level. You know the Parasara Bhattar. Parasara Bhattar was the son of Kurathalwar. Kurathalwar is the disciple of Ramanujacharya. So Parasara Bhattar was Archaka of Swami. See here, devotion. Ramanujacharya talks about devotion, more of devotion only. See, devotion means you have a form, you have a name in your heart, don't change it. Don't change it. Whereas we keep on changing it. Sridamanavami, we put the Rama's idol and do it. Krishnastami, we do Janmashtami, we do it. Muruga, Subramanya Swami, Vinayaka Chaturthi. We keep on changing forms. In your that, but Archaka says these are Parasara Bhattar, no change. Even the Lord comes and tells him to change the form. No, I already taken the money. Your form is there. Your divine name is there. This is enough. I don't want to change. I have given so many avatars. Maybe I'm not interested. That is Parasara Bhattar. So similarly here, we see that teaches like this. So when you come to the rituals, so I know these rituals should lead you to make strong in your heart, the name and form. Once the name and form is there, you should never change it. So this your wishes, this churning ocean of the milk will give you a feeling that God is in you, and because of your good acts, the God comes to you. You are able to understand God. After understanding God, you must realize God. After realizing God, you must experience God. After experience God, you reach Him. You reach Him. You go to Him. You're ready to reach. See, I told about Tatwanga how ready he was, whereas in the case of Parikshit, he was a little afraid for 7 weeks. From this, what is it that we understand? No, we should be ready to go. Whenever you want, Swami, call at you. We are ready, ever ready, ever ready battery, ever ready call, we are ready to come. That kind of feeling we should develop after this. Because one day, temporary, one day we have to leave. Is there anybody who can live for permanently here? No, even God comes, we have to live. That's what the purpose of Vinayaka Chavithi. Vinayaka Chaturthi, why the idol is put in the well? It disintegrates. It made out of 5 senses. The body is made out of 5 senses. The body has to disintegrate. Then only that's the proof of significance of putting the Vinayaka Chaturthi, the idol, into the water. So these are the things. Now we talked about more leisurely, more in detail about this churning of the Milky Ocean. So what does it indicate? Ultimately, good will always prevail. Bad will always lose their heart. So therefore, one has to be good. So now let us talk about that now. What is it? Swarup, where are you? Can't you sleep? Swarup. Anyway, whatever it is.
Sairam, uncle, can you hear me? Sairam?
Yeah, I can. Okay. Now, I think I have told you whatever I knew about Vyasa, whatever I knew about the significance of this churning ocean, how it is useful
Yes.
for man. We have to churn. Every day we have to churn our heart to know, to remove all the bad things and bring out good things. So Milky Ocean means that is contemplation. In other words, contemplation. Find out which is good, which is bad for you. Remove the bad thing, keep the good things with you. That is the churning ocean of the milk. Milk means our heart. Okay. So I'll
Yeah.
stop with you, Swarup. Huh?
Yeah, sure, uncle.
Okay, then it's about 9:57. Now I'm supposed to stop at 9:45. I'll take it 12 minutes more. Because I
No
went in
problem,
detail.
uncle. No
I
problem.
went I went in detail. Otherwise, I can finish up with 2-3 minutes of Milky Ocean. But why I'm explaining you? Because every significance of every act should be known. Then only you will understand the value of every story. Story everybody knows, but what the value of the story we do not know. So value of the story is more important. That's why Vyasa becomes the literary incarnation. He is the one who brought Vidyatadvaita, Advaita, everything together. One side Parabrahman, one side Lord Narayana, another is Parabrahman. No form, no name. Parabrahman, that's all. Supreme consciousness, universal consciousness is there. So here is something different. So this is what it is. Now we'll talk about the next one. We'll talk about more of Manus. And Manu, I told you, Manu Avtara, I was with the Manu. Next we'll talk about, I'm sorry, Rama was the 60th king, not 70. 60th king in Ikshvaku Vamsa. 60. So that Surya Vamsa continues like that so much. Okay, we'll meet next Saturday once again. Okay.
Yes, uncle. Yeah, sure.
I hope I have not bored you enough today. Yeah?
No. Sairam, uncle.
Sairam. Is it okay?
Yes, uncle.
Yes, okay. So we'll meet next Saturday again. Next Saturday or Monday? Next
Whichever is fine for you, uncle.
No, for me, okay. No more rains. Make it regular Saturday. What is it? Saturday.
Yes, uncle. Yeah.
Okay, Saturday. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam to all of you. Okay.
Sai Ram uncle, take care uncle. Sai Ram uncle,
Thank you, Maji. Thank you, Maji.
Sairam.
take care uncle. Please be careful with all the water uncle.
No more water. Don't worry. Only divine water. Divine water is there now with me.
Sairam, sir. Sairam, sir.
Sairam, uncle.
Sairam. So shall I disconnect the server?
నాకు చేస్తారేంటి అక్కడ చేయకుండాను
Sairam all better.
Sai Ram, Gunasekar. Sai Ram.
Sairam.
Sarup, shall I disconnect?
Yes, uncle. It's fine, uncle.
Okay. Sai Ram to all of you. Sai Ram.
నేను చెప్పాను కదా జోయికు నా డాడీకి చేయలేతే రమ్మం చేస్తుంది.
Okay. Sai Ram.